Hi indie gamers, I'm Vicky, the girl that games, and I love highlighting new and upcoming indie games in the hopes of us finding our new favourite games together. I currently have close to 100 upcoming games on my radar for this year, but honestly, I've thought about it and it would just take me too long to make a video about all of them. And let's face it, you want these videos to be as short as possible, so I've condensed it down to bring you just 24 of the games that I'm most excited for this year. Some of them are coming really soon and some still don't even have a release date, but without further ado, let's look at the most anticipated indies of 2024. I love the demo for Lil Guardsman and everything that I've seen so far in their promos and on their social media, so I was super excited when they announced a release date of the 23rd of January. In Lil Guardsman, you take on the role of a 12-year-old who has been left in charge of the gates to the city. All you need to do is make sure that you let in the right people and keep the wrong uns out. You'll have a number of tools at your disposal to figure out their intentions, and you can either grant them access or decline them and send them on their way. You could even choose to jail them if they seem super sus. There are quirky characters and plenty of humour as well as a city to explore. If you want to see me play the demo, I'll make sure that something pops up somewhere around here on this screen so that you can watch it. I had a great time with it, as you'll see. Eastward was on my wish list for ages, mostly because of the art style appeal to me. I recently bought it but haven't played it yet, so I don't know much about it, but I do know that the Octopia DLC follows the story of Sam and John, who are the main characters in Eastward, and you'll see the return of some familiar faces too, but this time there's an alternative storyline and a focus on farming. What I love about this DLC is that although you need the base game, you don't have to have played the base game to be able to appreciate the DLC. It can be played independently for those of you who are just interested in the farming elements. Europa is a peaceful game full of adventure, exploration and mystery as you run, fly and glide your way across the landscape, finding clues among the ruins of a fallen utopia, solving puzzles and discovering the story of the last human alive. The environments look so stunning and I really love the movement. I can't wait to fly and glide and just enjoy the scenery when this comes out. Now the rest of the games in this video currently don't have release dates yet, but they're all coming out in 2024, so get ready to add them to your wishlist. Snufkin Melody of Moominvalley is going to be a big one. I played the demo and instantly fell in love. Join Snufkin on a musical adventure about restoring harmony and balance to Moominvalley. A series of parks have cropped up in Moominvalley, disrupting the landscape and displacing all of the cute critters that live there. So it's up to you to be a bit chaotic, sneak around the parks, pull out signs, knock over statues, and restore the natural order, putting an end to the park keeper's plans. I love the hand-drawn storybook style of this game and the gameplay. It was really fun in the demo. If you're a fan of cozy games and Moomins, then keep your eyes on this one because it's coming in Q1, which means it'll be out within the first few months of this year. Loco Motive is a classic point-and-click murder mystery set on a 1930s express train. It promises a slapstick adventure filled with humour, shocking twists and deadly mysteries. Meet a train full of quirky and suspicious characters, solve puzzles and find out who done it. I am a sucker for murder mysteries, point-and-click games and pixel graphics, so this is right up my street and the demo definitely left me wanting more. Wrestling with Emotions' New Kid on the Block may surprise you and you might be thinking, Vicky, why the heck are you including a wrestling game on this list? But hear me out. This game is so stylized and presented in such a way that it really appeals to my demographic. It feels very 90s, it's not taking itself too seriously, and it feels like a girly wrestling dating game. Not only do you get to create your own wrestling persona, but you can dress yourself up, get your nails done, flirt with and date other wrestlers. You can even choose which music acts get to play at the local hangout. It's cheesy, it's quirky, the demo was a lot of fun. It describes itself as the world's cuddliest choice-based life/wrestling/dating sim, bursting with heart, humour and muscle-bound cuties. As a bonus, your choices matter and it boasts 16 different endings. I first saw Morgan Metal Detective at EGX last year and thought it looked really interesting. First off, I really love the visual art style, and as always, it's the visuals that first attract me to any game, and I've actually found the metal detecting and treasure finding aspect quite exciting. Morgan Metal Detective is a cozy first-person metal detection adventure game where you'll find lost items and return them to the residents of a beautiful Cornish island. There's also a photography element to the game, which I love in games ever since I played Albert and Torum last year. You can collect stickers and cassette tapes too. It just sounds really charming and I can't wait. This one's on my list just because it looks like so much fun. I haven't had a chance to play the demo yet, but it's a priority for me if it ever becomes live again. In the holy gosh darn, you'll jump between past and present across heaven, hell, earth and Helheim in a bid to stop heaven going bang again. This is a narrative adventure with a time-travelling twist. You've got just 6 hours to uncover information in one timeline in order to alter things in another timeline. You'll encounter ridiculous characters, dynamically changing locations, and you'll try to stop an army of phantoms from overrunning heaven. It looks absolutely hilarious just from the trailer, and I think it's going to be a bit sassy as well, as you only have 6 hours, so you'll need to skip dialogue, hurry NPCs along, and apparently you can even insult people. I'm quite excited for this one. One that I have played the demo of, and I'm really excited for this one, is Townseek. I instantly fell in love with the art style and the world of Townseek. I know when it comes out I'm going to become obsessed and just want to live inside this game. I actually had to stop myself from playing the demo because I got quite addicted to it very quickly. In Townseek, you'll be taken to the skies in your airship and journeying across the world of Explorer to discover the lost legacy of Sir Reginald Sharkingston. Discover landmarks, trade with townsfolk, complete quests for whimsical characters, discover artifacts and much more. The art style is just so appealing. Some of the characters and town designs and just even the small details on the map are really cute. There's also lots of things to collect, including special items as well as filling up a journal. I love collecting things in games and I'm super duper excited for this one. I played Detective Grimoire and Tangle Tower recently, so I'm really excited for the next installment of this series, which is called The Mermaid's Tongue. I love these kinds of games. They feel like classic point and click adventure games. They're very reminiscent of Monkey Island and it feels very familiar and nostalgic to me. I also love murder mysteries, so point and click murder mystery is the perfect genre of game for me. The Mermaid's Tongue sees Detective Grimoire and Sally teaming up again to figure out the murder of a captain of a strange submarine. You'll need to piece together clues, interview suspects, and deduce whether it was the crew, an ancient curse, or something more bizarre that led to the captain's death. In a similar vein, Foolish Mortals is also a point-and-click adventure game reminiscent of the Broken Sword series, so again, very familiar and nostalgic feeling to me. The demo was great and definitely left me wanting more. You play as Murphy McCallan, who is obsessed with finding the lost treasure of Balmore Manor. Rumour has it that the manor is still haunted by the ghosts of an entire wedding party who mysteriously disappeared decades ago. You'll encounter ghosts, voodoo, and an evil phantom determined to find the lost treasure before you do. Mika and the Witch's Mountain has been on my wish list for so long. This is a fantasy adventure about an aspiring young witch who sets out to deliver packages to the townsfolk of a small mountain island. As Mika, you'll soar through the sky and explore the island on your magical broom as you embark on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth and try to reach the top of the mountain. It really makes me think of Kiki's Delivery Service, and the whole premise just seems super wholesome. Baladins has also been on my wish list for a while now. Firstly, I love the visual art style of this game, and I've seen a few now that have a similar look to them, so I don't know if this aesthetic is just popular right now. This game is a 1 to 4 player RPG adventure broken into 1 hour sessions, which can be taken at your own pace. So to me, that appeals because it seems very much like a TTRPG such as Dungeons & Dragons, and I'm excited to see how this is going to work as a video game. Baladins are legendary heroes wandering town to town to fulfill their sacred quest, to entertain the masses. From helping those in need to throwing parties, they'll do everything possible to spread joy across the kingdom. The story can change wildly depending on your choices, which means there are a lot of different outcomes, and I love that in a game if it's well done. Another Crab's Treasure is going to be great fun, especially if you play it the way I play it, which is to make the crab really overpowered by giving it a gun. This was described to me as a Souls-like game, which immediately put me off, but then all of the videos that I saw on TikTok pulled me back in. It just looked so much fun, so I played the demo and I had a blast. The vibrant underwater kingdom was so fun to explore, the enemies so far have been really fun to fight, and the combat system was really satisfying. I was very impressed with it. I'll definitely be diving back into another Crab's Treasure when it releases this year, but only if I can play with the gun the whole time. Paper Trail is definitely one of the ones on my list that I am the most excited for. I loved the demo, I love these kinds of puzzle games, I love the art style, and it's just such a unique mechanic to solve puzzles by folding paper. Not only that, but it's made by a very small team and they've done a great job of promoting this across social media and showing how much work they've put into this game. I love a behind the scenes look at how things are made and they've done a great job of doing that. I cannot wait for Paper Trail when it comes out. #Blood immediately caught my attention at EGX. The art style was so reminiscent of classic 90s cartoons like Dexter's Lab and Powerpuff Girls, and then I got told that you play as a young girl who loves hockey but also slays demons. I was sold. You play as Becky Brewster, the new kid in town, and latest in an ancient line of vampire hunters. I get Buffy vibes. Love it. Find out about demonic infestations through the town's buzzing social media network, hence the hashtag in the title, and you can take photos to analyse your enemy's weaknesses, power up your hockey stick and use your grimoire to level up magical skills and master the art of slaying. I actually broke their demo at EGX, sorry, but the bit that I did get to play was really great fun. Parallel Experiment is the latest title in the Cryptic Killer series. I've previously played Unsolved Case, which is actually a free prologue, and I also played Unboxing the Cryptic Killer, and I've played both of those cooperatively with Ellie from the Cozy Gaming Club. This is a 2-player co-op experience where you'll need to solve puzzles together, but you're both only seeing half of the puzzle, so you'll need to work together, communicate clearly what you're seeing, and help to solve those puzzles together. I love these kinds of games, so I was really excited to see that there's more coming, and I can't wait to figure out if we're finally going to be able to catch the Cryptic Killer. Cabernet is a hotly anticipated narrative RPG where your choices matter as you navigate your new life as a vampire. You'll be doing everything possible to sustain your facade as one of the living, while struggling with your morality as a new vampire in a world of supernatural. Will you decide to retain your humanity, or give in to your urges and become the horror you fear? You get to choose. Explore by moonlight, and yes, you get to become a bat, get to know the vampiric society and the humans who feed them, and immerse yourself in the local lore, rumours and secrets. Just make sure to make it home before sunrise. Trash Goblin is a wholesome and cosy shopkeeping sim where you'll uncover and clean trinkets, then upcycle or sell them to fulfill the requests of the colourful and quirky customers who come to visit you. This looks so satisfying, just chipping away with your tools to reveal the items and then cleaning them up to reveal their true beauty. I backed this game on Kickstarter and have watched other people play the demo. There's over 180 trinkets and items to discover, quests to complete, customers to meet, and I think lots of cozy gamers will be playing this when it releases later this year. Tavern Talk is another game that I've backed on Kickstarter after playing the demo. The team have done a fantastic job of promoting the game and building a community around it. It's possibly the best run Kickstarter campaign I've seen for an indie game. As a fan of tabletop role-playing games such as Dungeons & Dragons, and I also really like visual novels like Coffee Talk, this immediately hooked me in, and of course the visual style is just gorgeous. In Tavern Talk, you play as the owner and barkeep at a fantasy tavern, where you'll gather rumours, meet adventurers, and make drinks for them, before sending them on quests. I really enjoyed making the drinks in the demo once I understood how to do it, and I loved the characters that I met in the demo as well. I'm very excited to discover what else it has to offer when it comes out later this year. The Plucky Squire looks so interesting. Storybook characters discover a 3D world outside of the pages of their book, and they jump between 2D and 3D realms to save their friends in this action adventure. When the malevolent Humgrump realises that he's the villain of the story destined to lose his battle against the forces of good, he kicks the heroic Jot out of the book pages, changing the story forever. You'll need to solve puzzles, fly with your jetpack, complete challenges, and become the hero of the story again to restore the happy ending. Okay, so if you're from the UK and love northern humour, then you absolutely must add this to your wishlist. Thank Goodness You're Here looks absolutely hilarious and ridiculous. This looks like the epitome of slapstick humour. You play as a travelling salesman exploring the town of Barnsworth. You'll see the sights, meet the locals who are very eager to give you a series of increasingly odd jobs. With each job you complete, new areas open up, stranger and stranger tasks will become available, and the clock will tick towards the salesman's big meeting. I absolutely love the quirky hand-drawn art style, and it looks completely chaotic. I'm ready to channel my inner northerner when this comes out. Duck Detective, The Secret Salami, is another one that I am super excited for a number of reasons. First off, I love the art style, I love detective games, and ducks have become the mascot of my Twitch community. You play as a down-on-his-luck detective who just so happens to be a duck in this narrative-driven mystery adventure. Use your powers of deduction to inspect clues, interview suspects, and solve the case of the missing salami in this sinister sausage-based conspiracy. And the final game on my list is Magical Delicacy. This game looks like a mix of so many other games that I've enjoyed, and of course it has pixel art graphics, which I love, and it's a witchy game too, which I love, so of course I added this to my wishlist. In Magical Delicacy, you play as Flora, a young witch who travels to a distant town to fulfill her dream in this Metroidvania-inspired cooking game. You'll cook meals and potions, customise your kitchen, meet townsfolk, take their orders, and learn more about the world of magic. You'll also meet merchants, mysterious travellers, and other shop owners as you gather ingredients, make your deliveries, and uncover the long-forgotten secrets of the island and its mystical creatures. This mix of Metroidvania and cozy cooking game sounds like a very interesting recipe, to be honest, and the trailer doesn't actually give too much away about the game, so I am quite looking forward to discovering whether this is actually any good or not. I guess we'll find out when it releases later this year. So there you go, 24 upcoming games to look forward to this year. Let me know which ones, if any, took your fancy and if you added them to your wishlist. As always, it's my aim for us to find our new favourite games together, and who knows, maybe your new favourite game is on that list. I'll see you again really soon with more indie gaming content, but until then, happy gaming. Bye!